Call the meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Joe Folsom.
Here.
Chris Pachanka. Here. Jeremy Sawicki.
Here.
Claire Learn.
Here.
Jordan Maring.
Here.
Bruce Kilby.
I recognize Jordan and Bruce as voting members this evening. Before we get started, I'd like to have a moment of silence in honor of Marie Guidry, a longtime member of the Pocono Township Planning Commission with long family history in Tannersville. Thank you. For those of you that knew Marie, she was very influential on the planning commission, and I considered her a friend while we were serving together on the planning commission. With that, do we have any public comment for individuals wishing to make public comment tonight? Please state the spelling of your name and identify whether you are a taxpayer of Pocono Township. Do we have any public comment this evening? Anyone online?
First, is there anyone in the audience who'd like to make public comment? All right. Online, we have Dean Ware.
Yes. I took notice. I'm assuming you can hear me.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. I took notice that on tonight's agenda, there was the solar array on Summit Road. I just wanted to mention a couple of things besides the fact that I don't think it belongs in R1 zone, but I had just done some looking around a little bit. And the World Health Organization actually had done a short review or whatever on it, which kind of doesn't benefit in R1 zone because it's had said that their words were still in general, solar farms are required to be built at least 3 kilometers or 1.86 miles from residential areas. It's a good idea to know if the operation is large scale farm or a small scale. Typically is recommended to live at least 500 meters, 0.3 miles or 1,640 feet from large scale farms and 0.12 miles or 656 feet from small scale, which, you know, doesn't work well in R1 zone. The other thing that I found was a study that was actually done by the University of Rhode Island, where they had actually looked at over 400,000 sales of houses and how the proximity to solar fields affected the value of those properties. And essentially what they were coming up with was houses within 1 mile of a solar array depreciated 1.7%. Property prices for homes lying within 0.1 miles fall by about 7% or about $23,682. Again, you know, affecting a large majority of people that are on Summit Road. And, you know, which again, you know, this could easily depreciate a lot of land. And the last thing that I had taken notice to in regards to this, which has been issues in other places where there's been large deforestation for solar arrays, that the wells around those areas were running out because since the forest and stuff wasn't there, they weren't getting the infiltration into the land to get back into the aquifers because so much water was running off and not getting back into where it needs to be in the aquifer to supply wells, again affecting a large number of people along Summit Road. So just a few things I think should be considered in the long run. if this is to be considered and how it would affect the neighborhood of that area. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are any other comments online? Okay. Oh, comment? Yeah, up to the microphone, please.
Hi, I'm Mariam Musumeci. My husband is Michael Musumeci, and we live in Swiftwater. We live right off Summit Road, and Pocono Manor is like our next door neighbor. And we still have well water, and our well water is wonderful, and I'm very concerned about that. I'm also concerned about the wildlife in our area, because if those trees are taken down, where are all these animals going to go? And our property value. Mainly, like, I mean, but our water too, would we end up having to get plumbing somehow in and everything else if this happens? So I am concerned about the water, Billy. Right, thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay. Announcements. We have a zoning ordinance, zoning map and SODO amendments. Believe this is, yeah, that's the June 23rd joint meeting. Jared, right? We have,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
all right. So could you just quickly, that's the June 23rd, we have a joint meeting with the Planning Commission and the Board of Commissioners to review the zoning map, zoning ordinance and SODO amendments.
Yes, so this will actually be broken up into two parts. There will be a small item of business as that will count as a planning commission meeting. And then we'll go right into workshop
Okay.
with the board and planning commission. And
Okay.
this to go over the 2 years worth of work you guys have put in for the
Okay.
zoning rewrite.
All right, thank you. Any correspondence?
No.
Okay. Old business, do I have a motion to approve the minutes of our May 12th meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Joe made the motion.
Second.
Okay, second, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Sewage planning modules, Tanner to appoint sewage planning module. Something here for that?
Good evening, Alan
Hi.
Cornwald here with Keystone Consulting Engineers. So basically, this is just the sewage planning module for the Tannersville Wing Apartments. We've talked about the apartments before, and they're later on the agenda, but this is just simply for the sewage planning module for that.
Okay.
Yeah, and as planning commission will recall, these are just pretty informal. It basically, we've reviewed the plan. They require planning modules and you're just saying that, yes, we are aware of it.
And we're taking action on recommending that to the Board of Commissioners?
You're just recommending it as the planning commission. It
Right.
does, it now goes to
Yes.
DEP.
Ah, okay, all right. Do I have a motion for that? Okay, Chris make motion. Claire second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So we have no special exemptions, no waivers, no sketch plans, new plans, solar electric power generation facility LDP 1446. There's somebody for solar electric power generation facility.
Hello, Andrew DeSantis here, representing Blue Wave.
Amy, we have,
I have not received the submission package,
okay,
so
so,
I cannot attest to its completeness at this point.
That was just given to you this evening. This is the first we're seeing you. It's the package that,
I have not reviewed.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
so you can't say that it's been complete for us to accept for review. Is that what?
I cannot say that,
Okay,
but if the township can say that, then that would be different.
Everything was attached.
okay. So the application was
The application
Complete.
was complete.
for us to accept for review.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a motion to accept that for review? And just to clarify, that is for review. Lisa, could you just go over that, the details of how that works?
Certainly. As some of you may know, the township does formally accept all plans for review. That starts the official 90-day clock for the review process. At this juncture, the township engineer will have an opportunity to review the plans and the entire submission and issue a review letter for a future planning commission meeting wherein the commission can go through and discuss with the developer the details of your particular plan.
Okay.
So you'll be asked to sign a confirmation acknowledging that the plan was received and accepted for review today to start that clock.
Okay.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Joe made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, Jordan, second. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Do you want me to sign it now or?
We'll send it to you.
Okay.
And then we'll have our chair also sign it and you'll get a fully executed copy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Final plans under consideration, Klein Windermere expansion of existing facilities, dining hall expansion. Someone here for that? Okay. Yep. Okay. Christine, we just go.
You can put it right next to the body, right next to it. Face it forward. Face it forward. You can see it again.
Hi, I'm Matt Evans with Keystone Consulting Engineers. I'm here representing Camp Lindenmere. We had submitted a plan last month for an expansion of the dining hall facilities. We're calling it a revised land development plan. As you may be aware, last year in May, around May, there was a final land development plan filed with the township and recorded in May for the expansion of existing facilities. They're currently in the middle of constructing and building out that plan. What we're proposing is, again, just a revision to that plan, and it's a 7,000 square foot addition to the dining hall. The purpose of the addition is just to provide more storage and freezer space. We're not adding seats, so there's no impact in parking. Additionally, a large portion, about 90% or 6,200 square feet of the addition is over existing impervious areas. So again, there's a de minimis impact to the stormwater management. To prove that, we had submitted a stormwater management narrative and calculations. We had as built the existing basin where the water would eventually drain to as part of the plan. And again, there was no impact to runoff rates or even water surface elevation. I think we're here tonight for formal acceptance and a potential recommendation for approval for the Board of Supervisors, or to go see the Board of Supervisors. The revised plan, again, is a previously approved land development plan. We're making a small revision. So we feel that based on that, any changes and comments from the engineer we could handle at the Board of Supervisor level. So I'm here to answer any questions.
Sure. So procedurally, the first step that the planning commission does have to take is acceptance of the plan,
Sure.
which they will do this evening. Since our engineer has not had an opportunity to review the plan, the planning commission really can't say, oh, yes, we'll recommend it conditioned upon a review that hasn't yet happened. However, in light of the fact that the plan is, de minimis with respect to a lot of the details with stormwater and whatnot, TNM would be able to review the plan in time for our June 23rd
Okay,
meeting
sure.
of the planning commission. And at that point, provided that all of the review is clean, then they could take action on a recommendation at that time.
Could you show us what you're planning on doing there?
Yeah, I think I have the plan right here. In white, generally. In white, there's a little bit happening. This is the existing, dining hall facility. Everything kind of here in gray is the proposed addition. This gray area is kind of the historical gray areas. That's all part of the revised plan. So in here, I kind of have just this limit of construction where all of the revisions take place. So really what we're doing is we're adding about 6,200 square feet to the front of the building, and that's all over existing impervious area. Small addition down here, it all kind of conveyed the same way. There's stormwater management basin in here, and it's going to help if you have some topographic information on other plan sheets that I can share. There's a stormwater management basin here. We went out with our survey crew. We as-built that. We used the as-built condition to verify that any potential increases from the revision of this plan wouldn't negatively impact this basin or anything downstream. But I think we've been able to prove that. Additionally, with the plan, because of the extension of the building, we had taken some parking that originally was kind of along this area and there's a grass island. We had moved that back to allow for tractor trailer delivery, be able to swing and turn back into a loading dock on site. So we relocate some of these parking areas. There's a little bit of additional paving, which again we put in our as-built stormwater management plan and our calculations, and have shown that the existing facility does it has capacity to clean that water. And really the only other small revisions, there were 9 spots here. They were all in paved, and the 2 of those spots we relocated them over here as additional grass parking. Previous to this plan, there was a couple of waivers, and there was a special exception for the expansion of facilities that was all included on our sheet and reference to the previously approved plan. So I think really in a nutshell, there's not too much there. That's it.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, do I have a motion to accept the plan?
I'll make the motion.
Joe made the motion. Do I have a second? Claire, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Joe and Claire. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
MCTA transit, oh wait, we accepted, okay. MCTA transit facilities expansion.
Hi, I'm John Grant from Stantec Consulting. This is I think our 4th appearance here, so I didn't know if you wanted me to start off from scratch. But the Transit Authority is looking to construct a 43,000 square foot bus depot on the property. Right now, the existing conditions, the buses are mixed in with the regular passenger or cars for staff using the site. They're exposed to the elements, but the intent here is to get the MCTA fleet put under cover just to protect them from the elements. So we're proposing this 43,000 square foot building addition. I thought I'd just start off where we left off last time, but since our last meeting here, we've had to add one additional loading zone, which Chuck's pointing out there. We took the soils environmental impact map. We extended the soils information out another 1,000 feet beyond the site to address that township requirement. There's minor changes, updated the property parcel ID to reflect the lot consolidation, which was done late last year. We're adding a new waiver request related to that, but this will be, do you want me to do waiver requests later? I only have the one, but yeah, what we were looking for yeah, we went through a list of a number of waivers last
Should be
month
in
when we were
everybody's
here.
pack.
Mhm.
It's on, have one additional waiver and it's on. Who's right in front.
And it's our engineer's letter dated May 8th. Is that the most recent comment letter?
MCC, right there. That's it.
Is May 8th the correct one? Okay.
Yep, listed as appendix G.
Looks like this, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so,
You did May 8th. Thank you.
so yeah, just to summarize, the waiver request is for section 390-29 I-20. Or no, I'm sorry,
390.
Yeah, 390-29J6, I'm sorry. It was the one. And basically what that section of the ordinance requires is a title search be done for the property to establish the ownership of the property. As I mentioned before, this property there was a lot of consolidation that was done to consolidate the recently purchased portion of the MCTA property with the existing portion of the MCTA property. And that was done, I think it was 6 months ago that they went through that whole process of consolidating the two properties. So it seemed a little bit unnecessary for us to go through a title search to prove ownership of the property when we just kind of went through this whole thing 6 months ago. So that's the basis of the relief being requested on that.
Amy, please.
I don't have any legal issues with the waiver. We've done this before. They have provided a copy of the current deed as well, so we do have proof of ownership.
Okay.
Yeah, there was also,
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Uh,
Is
go
there
on,
anything
you know,
beyond for just the waiver?
that was the only waiver,
Okay.
additional waiver request.
So you're asking for a waiver of comment 26, section 390-29J6.
Correct.
Do I have a motion? Section. Joe, any comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Okay.
Okay.
Continuing on, there was some question about the easement for PPL for overhead wires on the property. We provided some additional correspondence with PPL on their properties. Apparently, they do not establish easements for the entire area of the overhead wires, just at the poles, which I thought was kind of interesting. But we contacted them, asked them if they had any information on that area. And we're still protecting it. We're still showing that as protected area. We're not doing any work in that area, and we are coordinating with them. We actually have to relocate one of the transformers servicing the existing property as part of this project. So we've been coordinating with PPL for a while, but yeah, I think we've gotten past that item. The remaining changes, we did some coordination with tree protection between the ENS plan and the landscape plan. We added some clear sight triangles onto the plans. And we did some revisions to the lighting. The lighting last submission, or the previous submission, was the first submission. So there was some comments on pole heights, on illumination, on shielding, on the wall pack units being included. So those were all updated and resubmitted. We received a revised review letter. It came in late last week. I think it was Thursday. Thank you so much, Amy, for turning that around so quickly. We're currently down to 32 comments in the review letter. 14 of those have to do with the agency coordination with agencies for the NPDS permit, the planning modules, Broadheadville, the water service letter. All of these we are working with those agencies on getting those, and they will be provided. They're not arguing any of those. They're all being addressed, and that information will be provided to you. 7 of the current comments have to do with waivers we discussed last month. 2 of them have to do with, or 3 of them have to do with the waiver we just talked about. And there were 2, a deferral and a waiver that has to go to supervisors for discussion. So those are still in the comment. And then there was 6 comments that were will complies, but they're basically administrative items, has to do with setting up the escrows, the developer's agreement. But we think at this point, we think we are complete on technical items on this plan. We don't see any other revisions. It's basically down to administrative items. So we're here to request a recommendation for a preliminary final approval on the project.
Any questions, comments, Amy?
No, John summed that up very
Okay.
well.
And this is
Comments have been addressed.
Oh.
It is.
a will
outside agency.
comply to TNM's letter dated May 8th.
June.
Oh,
June.
June 5? Okay. Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Joe made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Gordon second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Yep. We have some Tannersville Point Apartments.
Good evening. My name is Zach Siverts. I'm here tonight on behalf of Tannersville Point LLC. You'll recall that the plan was previously before you back in October when the Planning Commission approved all the requested waivers for the project. And then we were again back here in April of 2 months ago with the revised version of the plan. We're now back in front of you again. Amy was kind enough to turn around the review letter in a very prompt fashion. So we are here again looking for a recommendation from the Planning Commission for approval. I think that in the intervening month, we've provided a title report. We've got will serve letters for the water and the sewer for the project. Alan's also gone through and I think addressed the vast majority of Amy's comments. So I guess at this point, I'll turn it over to Alan to kind of hit on any high points of the revisions. But as I said, I think we are looking for a recommendation of approval tonight.
Okay, thank you. Basically, the highlights, I would say, one of the big things was the landscaping buffers. There was, a lot of questions about that, and we took a different look at how to portray what we're proposing around the outside relative to the ordinance. So the landscaping, the site triangles, also the the utilities and the stormwater got a couple of tweaks here and there, but those are the majority of the things that we're taking care of. We worked with township engineer and we're back here, as Zach said.
Amy?
Pretty much thumbs it up. Yes, they've addressed the bulk, some of the comments, maybe a couple of little hanging out drafting comments at this point, outside agencies. There's some outstanding easements that'll eventually have to come in before recording.
Well, will complies and the date of that letter, just to confirm.
It's dated today, June
Okay.
9th. Yes, there are
Excellent.
2 letters dated today, like planning and a technical comment review letter.
That's right. Here we go. Okay.
One little bit of a housekeeping item. There has been a prior plan that is still before the township. So one of the recommendations as a condition of this approval is that prior plan be withdrawn. Okay, great, thank you.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the emotion.
Great, Claire made the motion. Do I have a second? Chris second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brookdale Spa.
Hello, Nate Euler with RKR Hess. We've talked a number of times about the spa. We've gotten some waiver requests forwarded on to the commissioners. And I can give you an update. We did make a submission. We did receive a review from Amy also on that. I don't know how she fit all her reviews and her vacation at the same time, but we appreciate that. The spa plan really has not changed since we've discussed it previously. As an update on our permits, the NPDS permit, draft permit has been issued and sent up to DEP. So we're hoping to have that permit in hand within the next 30 days or so. So that was important to get that processed as concurrently with the township so that your stormwater plan and the stormwater plan we're getting with the MPDS are the same plan. So we have a few minor comments on that to address and a few in Amy's review letter, but I think they're really, just dotting i's and crossing t's at this point. The other thing that we've been coordinating is the well drilling. If you recall, we drilled a well. This one should not be my- Well, treatment, we're gonna be good, like, supply there. It's higher up on the hill, it didn't work out, so we built another well down closer to the entrance down along Back Mountain Road. And that one has been successful. It's been preliminarily tested. So we really need, the maximum we can get under our permit is 69 gallons from a minute from DEP without throwing us into a higher category. So that was preliminarily tested in a step test and found to have more than that capacity. And they're actually out testing that well right now. And Gary Gallery's here and his son. I understand that testing is going well, still going on maybe.
Tomorrow DEP comes back. And then we're gonna take the sample along.
So the samples, so we'll know the yield will be confirmed. DEP is doing their part of the testing. There'll be chemical analysis, which gets sent to the labs, and we'll have that all, hoping to have that all together in a DEP permit early July. I did have, so we'll have that. So our goal is to take, hopefully we'll be asking for approval with conditions tonight, if the recommendation for that, if the planning commission is comfortable with that. Our goal is to get all that well information, the minor comments that we have remaining, and resubmit that hopefully by the end of the week so that you would have a complete package moving on to the commissioners that would address any remaining comments. We had a review. Both our reviews are dated July 5th. There's one for stormwater and one for the overall land development plan. There was one additional waiver request in the review letter, comment number 55. We weren't sure if we needed this waiver or not, but in the design of the water system, we confirmed we did. So the ordinance requires that you have to have an 8-inch water main. And that envisions a residential subdivision, maybe like, an end of, with a fire hydrant on the water system. So we're proposing, we store it inside that building where the fire would go. It's stored in the tank. And then there's 2 6-inch lines which go back down to the building and the upwards water is surface. So instead of having 1 inch, you really have 2 6-inch lines to keep those water separated. And as TNM pointed out, if we put an 8-inch here, we won't have the adequate flow velocity. So this is really an engineering question. Just the ordinance didn't foresee this type of a situation. So we are asking for a waiver of section 390-52 E4I20A. And I handed out a copy before the meeting, just requesting that we can use a 6-inch line for the water service, domestic, and for the fire flow for those engineering reasons.
Yes, we are very supportive of that waiver, as that is what is needed.
Okay. Do I have a motion? Okay, Chris. Oh,
Yes.
The fire line that's coming up, is that gonna be also used for bus wash and just potable water?
No, it's 2 totally separate systems. The domestic has 1 set of tanks. We do chlorine contact for the domestic, and then it goes in tanks to feed the booster pump. That goes down and serves only the spa and the outdoor facilities there. The fire pump is separate tank, separate line, keeping those systems entirely separate. You're welcome.
Okay, Chris made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Claire, second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
So of the comments remaining, I think most of the engineering comments have been addressed. We do have to get the details of the water system. As I said, the site plan is building 2-inch line that comes up from the well to the treatment plant. And then we have the 6-inch line that come down and take the water to the various needs down on the site. What we didn't have completed yet because we hadn't done the well test is the well test, the report that goes with that, and the design of the water treatment and booster pump system that goes in the building. So we will have that. We're hoping to have that this week after the well test is done. and have that building. So it's really an inside of the building plan, critical to make the system operate, important for the DEP permit and for the building plan. But we would get that in. That's really, I think, the only design thing, made, some minor tweaks here and there that remains.
That is, and all of those items are included in comments in our letter as those outstanding items to be addressed.
So yeah, we're certainly willing to comply with the conditions of these letters, and we have some agreements that need to be worked out with, and some waiver requests that the commissioners you've recommended need to be acted on by the commissioners. So we'd like to move on and get those before the commissioners.
And so we'll comply to TNM's comment letter dated June 5th.
That's correct.
Okay. Amy,
Yes, all planning issues on the project have been completed. Again, it's the outside agency approvals at this point for the most part.
thank you. Do I have a motion?
Good motion.
Sorry, made the motion. Do I have a second? Joe, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mountain Edge Village Community Townhomes. Pardon? Oh, okay. So we'll just table that? Okay. Do I have a motion to table Mountain Edge Village Community? Okay, Joe, do I have a second? I'll second. For a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. And then just make sure. Do I have a motion to table Cranberry Creek? Right? Yep. Cranberry Creek Apartments, 135 Warner Road, and Alaska Beats.
Make that motion.
Okay. Joe made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Jordan, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Any special exceptions? No. New business. Any public comment?
Evening.
Evening.
Rob Dangy from Swiftwater. I just have a couple of questions, mainly regarding the board's protocol. Now that the Blu-ray solar field application has been accepted, is that open for a public request to look at the plan?
Yes.
Okay, and that would be an application.
Yep, you can submit a right to know request. If you go to PoconoPA.gov, you can download the form and send it in.
I have. Okay, good. The other question I have is that, and we've talked about this before, we know that property is not in an overlay zone. You've confirmed that to me. We know that it can't be spot zoned. So the only other way they can change an R1 is through necessity, what's it called?
Essential service.
Right. And does that fit the old zoning definition of that? I know there's a new one now, but.
Right now that we're waiting for the review letter from our zoning officer to determine whether or not it does fit essential service or not.
Okay. And the last thing I was concerned about was, on the old plan, now I know they're probably going to come with revisions, but the topography of the property is very steep in the back, where they last plan showed that they were putting many solar panels up, which means clearing land. Topsoil is very minimal there. It's all shale and then topsoil. So I know there's some problem now with the large solar field that's only less than a mile away from this one, with runoff and retention, for water. That would be a big concern, considering there's moving water on the property, there's wetlands on the property, and the steepness of the slope of the property. So I don't know if you guys go out and look at the property or how that works, but it's a big consideration. Thanks.
Once you see the right to know come in,
Yeah.
you'll see that the original plan versus the array now is changed a bit.
Okay.
But if you want to hang out after the meeting, I can show you, and then
That'd
once
be
you
great.
commit, you can have a copy.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Any other comment? Anyone online for public? Oh, I'm sorry.
Maria Brasdanji, Swiftwater, taxpayer. I guess I keep thinking about essential services and essential need. And I sit here thinking, we bought a property in residential area. Are we in Pocono Township at the point where we need to move into residential areas for such an essential need? And just a mile from where we are, there's another farm, solar farm that is creating all kinds of problems. And so I just hope we're not at that stage. I just hope that we can utilize other properties that are located in zones that are more fitting for this type of farm. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Okay, no one online? Okay. Then I guess, do I have a motion to adjourn? Yes, motion. Jared made a motion. Do I have a second? Chris second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.